Fire, headquarters, North Massapequa Fire Department, 1000 North Broadway, North Park Drive in North Albany. Multiple explosions coming from 661. Unable to get any ambulance, any rig down except for 667. Automatically go to a third alarm.
Hey everyone, welcome to another Ask Scanner School session here. I can't believe it's already August. So for everybody who has been here before, welcome back. For everybody who hasn't been here before, this is basically a rapid fire Ask Q&A session where you can ask me anything scanner radio related. So for those of you who are watching live over on YouTube, there is a chat area over to the side where you can go ahead and ask me your questions. And if you're catching us on any of the other platforms such as Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, go ahead and use the chat option that you have on that platform as well. For our extra credit Patreon supporters, we are over in Zoom. So go ahead and leave me a question over in the Zoom chat, and then we will be able to do that there. It looks like you guys are seeing me now over on YouTube, which is a bonus. So I want to say, so we have Wayne, Ray, Brad, Terry is in there, and also Traffic Jam. Very good. So what we're going to do over here now is we are going to go over the chat box and hit transition. And you guys can see all the chats in there as well. So again, just go ahead and hit me with any questions you have here. What I will do is let you in on anything that you need to know while we're waiting for those to come in. So for those of you who've listened to the podcast this morning where we did Ask Scanner School Volume 47, interesting to just realize that we've been doing this now for 4 years. So next month is officially Volume 48, so we turn the calendar, so to speak, on the Ask Scanner School segment, and that means I've been answering your questions every single month for the last 47 to 48 months now. There is a pre-roll that's been going out on the podcast starting this week, and you'll hear the same pre-roll go out for the next 4 weeks. And basically what that means is I need a little bit of help putting the podcast episodes together. So this is your call to step up a little bit and to be on the podcast or ask a question or submit an idea to me that for something that you want to hear in the podcast. Without really disclosing too much, I just basically need to compress the time that it takes to put the podcast episodes together. I will be unable to maintain the schedule as it is now and how I'm doing it. And it works out very well because I've been recording podcast episodes basically every weekend for almost the last five years. And then it goes to the editor, and then it comes back to me on Thursday. That weekend, I publish it, basically, and then you guys get it on Tuesday. So it's very, very much like every single week I'm doing this, and I've been trying for a very long time to basically batch process doing the podcast episodes. Right now, it's become medically necessary to do so. Let's just put it at that. So it's a good opportunity for me to kind of get things in motion to kind of doing what it is I want to do, which is batch process the podcast episodes. In order to do that, I'm basically asking you to help me in one of three ways. So basically, you can dial our ask number, 516-308-2885, or go to scannerschool.com/ask and submit a voicemail question or an email question so that I can start queuing up some of the Ask Scanner School sessions. The other thing is you can just email me, phil@scannerschool.com, and you can submit a podcast idea. Include some notes or some bullet points on something you would like to hear. This way it makes it easier for me to write the podcast episode out. Or be a guest on the podcast, which I think is the most fun and rewarding way because you don't have to listen to me talk for 30 minutes on a podcast episode. There's some exchange of information going on back and forth between me and a guest. And I actually have one in queue now that's been recorded that will go out next month. We have one on deck for actually Saturday to be recorded. But I'm looking for more podcast episode, podcast guests. So this is a great opportunity for me to kind of just have to put things in motion. So it will benefit everybody who listens to the podcast. and not just me by doing this. So really, really looking forward to doing that. So now that I got that all out of the way and out and into the open, let's go ahead and go through the chat we have here on our Patreon group. So we got Jenny coming in. Jenny, good to see you there. Glenn is in as well. Mute is well. I've muted you guys, so I don't know what you guys have. You guys can have your own conversation over there, but yeah, we'll unmute that in a little bit. Let's see what we got over here on the other chat side, the public chat. We've got, like I said, we got Brad in, Terry, Traffic Jam, Haskell, New Jersey says, Icom ICR6. How do I stop it on a channel? Very confusing. Oh, that one's a killer. That radio is actually upstairs in the kitchen right now. I was playing around with it. How do you stop it from scanning? I can't remember off the top of my head how you do it. I know you push a button that stops scanning. Do you press the scan button again maybe on it and it stops it from scanning? Because not only is that scanner up my kitchen right now because I've been using it to monitor the airplanes while I sit outside and basically, watch the grass grow. The manual is in the dining room because I've been catching up on it while I've been doing other things for my 9-to-5 job. So, yeah, unfortunately, I can't answer that one right now because everything's up there. I think you press the scan button, and I think it takes it out of scan, to be honest with you. But we'll loop around on that one and see if we can take up the manual online and go through that. But good to see you, KD2 DRS from W2LE. Very good. Thanks for asking your question. Sorry I can't get that one off the top of my memory, but I did dig out the radio because I think you asked me that question before. And I think I dug everything out because of that. I also got the programming cable because I realized that I couldn't find it, so I had to buy another cable. So that was a bummer. But yeah, so we've been playing around with that one because I think your question came in via email. And we'll dig up that one in a couple minutes here. K-Love49 is in. And let's see what else we got. Steve has a Bearcat BCD 536 HP and is programmed on the same system and notice on the same weather alert that one scanner will go off and the others won't honk on the same scanner. So it could be, let's see, you programmed in the same system, so you programmed in the same FIPS on all of them. I'm gonna guess, and I'm also going to guess that you've got enabled that same list on your weather alert standby. Maybe, maybe not. If you have the same list, the same list programmed in on all scanners, they should all go off. I'm pretty sure that you cannot limit what type of services are being triggered on the Uniden scanner like you could on a weather alert radio. Like on a weather alert radio, I think you can ignore warnings. I think you can ignore. Try to remember. And then a test, I think you can ignore. Whereas on the Uniden scanner, it just kind of like it goes, right? Whatever comes in. So double check those settings. Make sure you've got weather alert standby enabled. Make sure you have the same list set up so the same FIPS codes are in all of them, and then that should do it. That it may be a reception issue as well, where you're just not receiving the broadcast. If it's too weak, you may be missing that data chunk that triggers that as well. Bill K is in from Texas. Bill, good to see you in there. Scanner audio. Any new scanners coming out? Rumor is that Uniden may be having something coming out, but also rumor is it's a rumor. So who knows what they've got? We will all know at the same time when the pictures start surfacing and we start seeing FCC approvals. That's usually a really good indicator that something new is popping out from one of the manufacturers. We will see that on the FCC website. But yeah, I haven't seen anything yet, so don't know what's coming out. Traffic Jam left a question on your Instagram post. Yes, I think I answered that one, and that was about the favorites list and the system list on the 436. Let me know, Traffic, if that's what it was. Let's see. Chris is in from East Lansing, Michigan. John is in from South Carolina. John, how are things going down in South Carolina? Just to give you a heads up here without really divulging too much, I finally went down to the county and took care of that paperwork. Finally. Did it 2 weeks ago, and they didn't even cash my check yet. So we go through that whole process, and my return visit there is in March. So, yeah, March. Let's see. David's in. How you doing, Dave? Any news on the Suffolk County PD Site 3 and any knowledge of any of the sites out east are online yet? Montauk and the 700 Suffolk. I have no knowledge of that, Dave. I haven't even been monitoring it, to be honest with you. I know. I'm giving myself a bad name today. I haven't been monitoring. Which is Site 3? I don't even know. You know what? Let's take a look. And then we'll dig into the that R7 question. So let me come over here to the radio reference database. Let me come over to my Restream client. Let me go ahead and swap it over to Safari. And you guys should see Safari now. So let's take a quick look over here. So pick here, pick that, click here, click that. And we'll look at the Project 25 system. And Site 3 is the 700 West simulcast. That site should be on the air, Dave. Last time I was on looking around, that site was on the air. And the only thing really on it was Riverhead. I don't know if it answers your question, but a couple months ago when I had that in there, I had to... I was monitoring that one and just seeing what was going on there. So, yeah, it's there. So, yeah, that's Site 3. And then Montauk and East, I have no idea. Too far out east for me to hear. So, I would have to listen, basically, I think, to the 800 simulcast. I think it's broadcasting, right, that it's a neighbor. Last time I remember that one. So, I haven't been out east yet at all this season. But if I do go out there, yeah, I will be taking a look at that. So Artie is in as well. Artie, go ahead and check the Patreon page. You'll see a link over there to meet us over on the Zoom session, so you can get us after hours over there. So after we're done here, we'll be over on Zoom. So be sure to check us out over there. Dave, on the Phase 2 side, I don't know. I mean, it's up to whenever they're going to just enable the Phase 2 talk groups, basically, is when they're going to do that one. So let's see, traffic jam. Yeah, so that was the question. We'll come back to you. Traffic jam on that one. And then it's on the air, but just Riverhead and one of the Hamptons town and no one else. Yeah, I mean, from what I understand, they want to put all the county services on the 700 and keep public safety on 800. So I think they're just waiting to move everybody over. I don't know. I mean, I'm in no rush for them to get off the old system because I'm still monitoring that one with the BCT 15X. So, you know, it is simulcast. It is a pain in the neck. So we'll leave it at that. So as long as they're not going to go over there and rush it, I'm happy with them. All right. So let me stop the screen share here so I can pull something else up without, you know what? Let me roll the Patreon credits again. Just so again, I like to thank my Patreon supporters. We actually hit a record number, 65 Patreon supporters, and I didn't check it today, but I know I got another one in, so it may be another one. So let's just see Icom R6 manual. Let's see if we can dig this one out. Icom America product manual. Let's see what we got. Instruction manual. I agree, and then download. There we go. Alrighty, I know this is a bit big here, but I know it was in here somewhere. Memory channel, scan operations, scan resume settings. Yeah, of course they don't tell you in the manual, right? That would have been too easy. Scan operations, 28 to 73. You know, I got all annoyed with this because I finally took it out of the box and realized that not only did I not get the desktop charger, but I didn't actually get the actual charging brick either, the wall wart. It wasn't in the box. It said that, you know, it says it may or may not be in the box when you look at, see, look at this, supplied accessories. Number 5, AC adapter, asterisk, not supplied, or the shape is different depending on the version. And of course, you try and buy this now, you're not going to find it. So I'm a little annoyed about that, but whatever. Memory bank settings, memory rotate dial, to assign the channel, memory bank scan selection, memory bank name, display type. It was 28, right? It was page 28. Scan edges. These Icoms, I mean, the way that you can set these things up in order to do things, it's a shame. Is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 keys in the front. 8, 9, right? There's 9 keys in total. And there's all these things that you can do with this little receiver that just blow some of the other scanners out of the water, which, by the way, that you can do certain things here. And you only got, right? You only got a handful of things you can do. So, yeah, push the scan mode to start the scan. And if memory serves me correct, you press the scan button one more time, and that stops the scan and holds it where it is. Would love to be able to confirm that for you as I'm going through this, but again, that scanner is up there, and I don't know where my 5 is sitting here too without batteries in it, so I can't even fire that up. So the 20's over there, the ICR one's over there, but that's not the same one that answered your question. And of course, the R30's still in the box, so there's that. So, all right. I think that'll answer your question, but I hope that answers your question. Let me know if that works for you, if you can try it while we're live. All right. The next one we're going to get to right now is traffic jams question in here. So I'm going to go over to, for some reason the brain's not firing all cylinders tonight. I do apologize, guys. We are going to go to Mark's scanners, because he actually has a screenshot of what it is you're looking for. So we're going to go over to here, and now I'm going to share after it loads up. So it hasn't loaded yet. Oh, it does not want to load tonight. Let's see if we can load up. Let's see if we can load up the SDS 200 while we are waiting, because it's going to be the same. Yep, SDS 200 loads. All right, so let's go there and go here. So there should be, let's see, a picture of the front of the screen. Okay, so you were asking about this F0 and the S0 that's up here on the screen, and I don't think I can zoom in to make it any easier to see on the thing. Let's see if I can do this. View zoom in is Windows plus. Windows plus. There we go. So this F0 and this S0 is what you were asking about over on Instagram. So the F0 is your favorites list quick key, and the 0 is the leading or the tens digit. So on this screen right here, you actually have favorites list 1, 2, I'm sorry. Yeah, it starts with 0, 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7 are all locked out. They're all asterisks. And then 3 and 4 are enabled. If this was favorites list, say 23 and 24, it would say F2 and then 3, 4. So the system list is down here at the bottom. This is the S0, and this is telling us that we have systems list or systems keys 2 enabled. The next one down here at the bottom is department, and we do departments 1 through 8 under the system 2. So in a nutshell, that is what that means. Now, in order to set that up, you need to know your favorite list quick key. So favorites list quick keys are right through here. You can find them. Again, a good explanation for them is over here on Mark's scanners. How to program them in and also how to use them. So again, we can. I'll drop this here in the chat for you so that you have it. Mark's scanners. And that's there. I know it's the SDS 100, 200. You were asking about the 436, 536. It finally launched. So we'll drop that in here as well. So there you go. All right. Kevin's asking, when is NCPD coming back? Never. They are never coming back. They've gone encrypted. And as far as we know, they are going to remain encrypted. Unless one day somebody waves their magic wand and says we are no longer doing encryption here, they are going to keep on encryption. It's very rare that you find a department that turns off the encryption. I would love to see an official feed over on Broadcastify where they would delay the feed by, I would say, if they even did it by 2 hours, that'd be great, because at least then we could still listen and hear what's going on. Yeah, the activity's going to be long gone by the time you hear it over the computer. But, that's really, official feeds on Broadcastify, especially if it's an encrypted system. That's where it's at, But yeah, it's not going to happen, Kevin. It's just not going to happen. All right. Doug is in from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Ray is asking, if I keep the USB cable hooked up, will it ruin the scanner to power on? Absolutely not. Don't keep alkaline batteries in there and expect it to charge. You'll blow up you'll blow up the batteries for that. But yeah, these scanners, I think, Ray, you've got the 5, you've got the 125, right? So I'm blind to it tonight. I know it's on my desk. Nope, there's the SR30C. There's the 325. No, it's on my other desk. Boy, we are striking out tonight as far as having radios in front of me. The SR30C has a switch in the back that switches between alkaline and nickel metal hydride. I don't recall if the 125 has that or not, but if you set it to alkaline, it will not charge your batteries. If you set it to nickel metal hydride, it's going to try to charge your batteries up. The scanner will not charge and power up at the same time. It will only charge once you power down. So that's something to keep in the back of your mind too. But no, if you want to use it powered up from your computer or powered up, it's fine. You can go ahead and leave it that way. A lot of people will say, they like to charge their batteries in external chargers. That's more power to you, to each their own. I've charged mine both internal and external, and I haven't personally seen any issues on it, but a lot of people do like to only charge on external chargers, and that's perfectly fine if that's what you're familiar with. Let's see what we got here now. Traffic jam. Thanks again, Phil. Ray 25125, and it says it does. Okay, perfect. All right, we are now caught up to it. Oh, by the way, Big Jim, looking at your comment over on the Zoom, that's just Nassau. If it was Suffolk, they would have told me to come back in a year. And that would be the halfway mark. So that's what I'm hearing right now. So yeah, I shoulda, coulda, woulda done it many years ago, but you know what? To each their own, right? I'm finally taking care of it, and that's all that counts. All right, let's see where we're at here now. We are at 8:25 local time here. So again, for everybody who's been catching this on the replay, I want to thank you again for doing this, for being there and watching and listening to the podcast and being part of the community. I think we're going to call you guys as a group, the Scan Nerds. I think I finally figured out there was so many different things that came to mind. That we can call the community. I don't think anybody's calling anybody their community that, so I think I'm going to grab the name and use that for everybody who listens and is part of everything here. So you guys are a bunch of Scan Nerds. Jim's about to put hurry up and do that, because TikTok till September, and that's when a lot of things are going to be piling in as well. So just get it in now, so everything's in the system, and you can always go in and amend it later. But we'll talk about that in a couple minutes, Jim. So anyway, like I was saying, before I got sidetracked again on one of my many other hobbies, if you're catching us on replay, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I try to circle back during the week and answer more questions as they come in. Kevin's got another one here. It says, I have a Whistler 1040. I've tried to pick up the MTA police, but cannot pick them up. How do I pick it up with them? Again, you will not pick them up with that radio because the MTA police are phase 2, which means you need a phase 2 type of scanner to monitor them. They're TDMA talk groups. So you need an upgrade, Kevin. You're going to probably want the SDS 100 or 200 because the MTA system is a simulcast system. They are phase 2. Just save yourself the headache of trying to play around with the 325 P2 or the BCD 436 or the Home Patrol 2. Save your pennies. Get an SDS 100 or SDS 200, or better yet, sign up for our SDS course, and you can learn. Our SDR course, and you can learn how to use a $40 USB stick and convert that over to a scanner. And again, I will drop that in the chat for you. Courses.scannerschool.com. All right, guys. So what's going to happen now is I am going to migrate over to our Zoom session where the extra credit Patreon supporters are currently hanging out, waiting for me. And again, these are the guys that help keep everything going, so we give them a little bit of extra attention after we're done with the live Q&A. If you've never been part of the Patreon group as an extra credit member, it's $5 a month. It's actually cheaper if you subscribe for a year. But after this session here, we spend the next hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours discussing radios and scanners and a lot of different things. We cover a whole pile of different topics. We've gone through, golf and biking and a lot of other stuff too that go along with that. We've gone through show and tells and questions and answers. Again, a lot of screen sharing and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff that happens over there that does not happen over here. Plus, the Patreon members get the podcast early, and they're part of a more exclusive community over here. And you also get our own exclusive group over on our Discord server. So for $5 a month, it is definitely well worth it, and you help me keep the podcast funded. So with that, I want to again say thank you to everybody who was here tonight, catching us live over on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Hopefully we got all your questions answered, and we will do this again next month. So make sure you mark your calendars. I think that is going to happen the day after Labor Day already. So there we go. Brandon's saying the stickers are the number one seller. Yeah, stickers. So these are the stickers that also go out to the $5 Patreon supporters. And I am backlogged. I have to go through them this weekend and mail out a pile of them. All right, guys. With that, I'm going to say 7-3. Thank you very much. And we'll catch you all next month. Don't forget, you can email me your questions, scannerschool.com/ask, and also leave them at 516-308-2885. 7-3, everyone. We'll see you all again next month. And now we can finally turn off the streams.